Pita. Originating in the Middle East around 14,500 years ago, pita is one of the world's oldest breads, first discovered by Natufian hunter-gatherers in Jordan. Originally baked on hot stones, modern pita is baked at intense temperatures exceeding 450 degrees Celsius. This extreme heat rapidly turns the dough's moisture into steam, separating the top and bottom layers to create its famous interior pocket. In Greece, specific baking standards dictate a pocketless version for souvlaki. I find its slightly yeasty, earthy flavor incredibly comforting. The bread presents a pale, soft exterior that is structurally robust yet remarkably tender, providing an ideal, mildly chewy vessel for absorbing aggressive garlic sauces and heavily spiced roasted meats. Naan. Traced back to 1300 AD in the royal courts of the Delhi Sultanate, naan was introduced by Persian and Mughal emperors. Historically, the addition of precious yeast and dairy meant it was reserved for nobility. The dough is fermented with active yeast and enriched with yogurt or milk, then dramatically slapped against the curved walls of a 480 degrees Celsius tandoor clay oven. Traditional recipes in India often require a minimum of 3 hours of resting time to develop proper gluten structure. I consider its blistered, smoky flavor profile to be absolutely intoxicating. It delivers a deeply pillowy, elastic texture with charred, crispy air pockets, offering a rich, slightly tangy sweetness that perfectly balances heavily spiced curries. Tortilla. Cultivated in Mesoamerica as early as 10,000 BCE, the corn tortilla was a staple of the Aztec and Mayan empires. Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés first documented its mass consumption in 1519. The fundamental process relies on nixtamalization, an ancient technique where dried maize is soaked in an alkaline solution of calcium hydroxide, increasing its nutritional value and making the dough, or masa, pliable. Today, the Mexican government strictly regulates commercial masa production to ensure essential vitamin fortification. I find its distinct toasted corn aroma incredibly nostalgic and earthy. The flatbread features a flexible, slightly grainy texture that immediately softens upon heating, imparting a deeply rustic, alkaline-forward maize flavor that remains structurally essential for authentic tacos. Focaccia. Documented during the Roman Empire, focaccia evolved from panis focaceus, a rustic flatbread cooked directly in the hearth's ashes. Ancient Etruscans are widely credited with inventing its earliest form in north-central Italy over 2,000 years ago. The high-hydration dough, often containing up to 80% water, undergoes a slow, cold fermentation for 24 to 48 hours. Bakers vigorously dimple the surface with their fingers before drenching it in extra virgin olive oil. In Liguria, traditional focaccia genovese is protected by strict regional baking consortiums. I find its rich, oily crust and airy crumb absolutely irresistible. It offers an aggressively savory, herbaceous flavor, boasting a brittle, fried exterior that yields to a remarkably springy, sponge-like interior. Injera. Originating in the Ethiopian highlands over 3,000 years ago, injera is the foundational flatbread of the Horn of Africa. It is crafted from teff, an ancient gluten-free grain domesticated between 4000 and 1000 BCE. The production relies on a wild yeast fermentation process spanning 3 to 5 days, creating a bubbly liquid batter that is poured circularly onto a specialized heated clay plate called a mitad. Because teff is highly prized, Ethiopian agricultural laws strictly control its export to protect local markets. I absolutely love its deeply sour fermented tang. The flatbread develops a uniquely spongy, crumpet-like texture with hundreds of porous eyes on its surface, perfectly designed for gripping and absorbing rich, spicy stews. Lavash. Tracing its roots back 3,000 years to ancient Armenia, Lavash is so culturally significant that UNESCO inscribed it on the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity in 2014. It consists merely of flour, water, and salt, containing 0 yeast. Female bakers traditionally roll the dough into paper-thin, elongated oval sheets before stretching it over a specialized cushion and aggressively slapping it against the hot walls of a subterranean tonnier oven. Cooking takes just 30 to 60 seconds. I consider its toasted, straightforward wheat flavor exceptionally pure. It emerges crisp and brittle, but rapidly softens, offering a slightly blistered, incredibly pliable texture that is famously utilized for wrapping pungent cheeses and grilled kebabs. Roti. Emerging in the Indian subcontinent thousands of years ago, roti became a daily staple due to the widespread cultivation of wheat in the Indus Valley civilization. Unlike naan, roti is unleavened and crafted from stone-ground whole wheat flour known as atta. The dough is rested briefly before being rolled into thin, uniform circles and cooked on a flat iron griddle, or tawa. It is often finished directly over an open flame, causing the trapped steam to balloon the bread instantly into a perfect sphere. I find its nutty, profoundly weedy aroma exceptionally comforting. The flatbread boasts a dry, slightly coarse texture with dark roasted spots, providing a wholesome, understated chew that beautifully complements thick lentil dals. Matzah. Dating back over 3,000 years to the biblical exodus from Egypt, matzah represents the ultimate unleavened bread. According to historical tradition, the Israelites fled so rapidly they lacked time for their dough to rise. Under strict Jewish dietary laws during Passover, authentic matzah must be mixed, rolled, and baked in under 18 minutes to prevent any natural fermentation. The dough is intensely perforated to halt expansion and baked at extreme temperatures exceeding 300 degrees Celsius for just a few minutes. I find its stark, cracker-like simplicity quite captivating. It delivers a highly brittle, snapping texture and a distinctly toasted, exceptionally dry wheat flavor that relies entirely on butter or savory spreads to come alive on the palate.